ॐ वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं. So we were seeing the essence of Bhagavad Gita. All the verses, all the shlokas are important. Who are we to say which are important, which are not? But there are many shlokas which shows the history part of the story. Bhagavad Gita is part of the epic Mahabharata. So some shlokas are from historical point of view. Some shlokas are from informative point of view. But most of the shlokas are from philosophical point of view. Philosophy in Hinduism or in Vedanta, philosophy or the scriptures say about the things which we do not perceive or experience through our five senses. You will find in scriptures, other than these narrations and historical part and all that, you do not find anything which could be experienced through the senses. Scriptures do not need to say that. Science is there for that. Human common sense is there for that. We are intelligent enough to decide what we should be eating. The eating concept is discussed in scriptures. But they don't tell you what to eat. As you go and see that there are menu in the restaurants. What you want to take, you take. If you know that you have allergy with seafood, you don't take that. If you feel that I cannot digest such and such food, you don't take it. Some food which you take, immediately your stomach is heavy, you feel sleepy, etc. Some food and drinks are there which are intoxication. You don't take that if you do not want to. There is no item which is told you should take and you should not take. But it is described which is called sattvika, or that which could be helpful to you in building up your spiritual mind. Some which are rajasika, which makes you more active, which makes you more, desires will increase, your body becomes more heated, you become more active in the sense of, even if you want to concentrate and become free from action, your body is full of that energy which makes you to desire for more and more. And there is another food which we call tamasika food, which makes you lazy, which makes you full of inertia, which makes you think negative. So they classify the food, but it is never said what food you should take. So scriptures are required. Scriptures always say about something which you cannot experience or you cannot perceive through your five senses. So, few things are being said here. So we will take the shlokas which are philosophical in nature, or the shlokas or the verses which may give some information about how to build up our own personal spiritual life. So last Sunday when we were discussing, we saw that Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuhu. That which is born, not only human being, also any living being, even inert things which exist in this world, anything which exists will go to non-existence. That which is born will definitely die. Remember how Lord Buddha, before he was enlightened, he was unaware about the ways of the world. He was purposefully kept in a way that he doesn't see anything unhappy, he doesn't see anything which is miserable, so that his concept of mind remains happy and enjoyment, etc. It was a life-changing day for Siddhartha or Gautama, that he came out of his palace, which he was not supposed to come out. He came out, and what he found, everything was new for him. He was a prince. He never had any dearth of the objects of enjoyment, etc.
Cannot hear you, Swamiji.
1 second.
We cannot hear you, Swamiji. You're on mute.
So when he comes out, he found a poor man, a beggar. He couldn't understand why a person should ask for something. He never had that occasion in his life to ask. He was given everything. Then he found a person who is very old, bending down. With the help of a stick, he was walking. So he is asking to the charioteer, the person who was driving the horse carriage, why this man is like this? Wrinkles on his body, he is not able to walk straight. So a driver of his car became his first guru. The charioteer of the horse carriage became his first guru and said, everybody will get old. Even you will get old one day. If you are not a prince, a time may come in your life that you will have to beg food. Then he found 4 people were carrying somebody. He said, why the person is sleeping and these 4 people are carrying him? He said, no, he died. He said, what is death? So the charioteer, he says, that is inevitable. So he said, I also will die one day. He said, yes, you also will die. Whatever big king you are, you will die.
Swamiji, sorry, we cannot hear you.
Okay. Sorry. Now okay? Okay.
Yes, can. Thank you.
Okay. Sorry. Now I muted you because the voice is not required. You can keep yourself mute. Thank you. So everybody will die one day. You also will die. He said, what happens to my wife, Yashodhara? Oh, she also will die. What about my son? No, he also will die. Then he found a seeker of truth sitting under a tree and meditating. So he asked, who is this man? What he is doing? The charioteer says that he wants to find the truth in this relative existence, in this impermanence everywhere. He wants to find something if there is anything permanent. The same thing Gautama Buddha later on told. And his great teachings are very simple. First, let us accept that there is misery in this world. In the Western world, you will find out the materialistic attitude is there. They want to hide the suffering. Even if you hide, the truth doesn't change. Then all kind of problem comes. Accepting the fact, this is very important. To accept that our life is impermanent. To understand that nothing will last eternally. Go to Google and search for the civilizations which existed once upon a time. There are many civilizations. Some remnants are still there. And they were one of the greatest civilization of their time. They practically ruled, controlled, invaded, butchered half of the globe. What of that Roman Empire is there? Greece ruled one day. Greece was epitome of all that is science and culture and all that is progressive. The idea of democracy also came from there. That Roman Empire, either it is in museum or some broken 2 or 3 buildings are still there. It's not easy to survive. Only those civilizations continued to survive, those who are related to this idea that if it is worldly, if it is material, it is short-lived. Its life cannot be very long. Human life, animal life, insect, birds, they die, we can understand. There are some insects which are born in the morning and die in the evening. There are some animals, they survive for a few hundred years, till today. There are some tortoises or turtles which are 350 to 400 years old. And they also will die. Your length of life could be little more or less. 100 years before, human life expectancy was not much. Now it is more. To make business, people may sell their creams and medicines calling that this is anti-aging, you see. These are all big lies. This doesn't happen. Anti-aging is a contradictory word. But it's okay. Maybe your degradation or rather degeneration of your body, that process could be a bit arrested. I do not know if it can. And look at the efforts put by human being. Everybody wants to survive, nobody wants to die. Even if whom we loved, even if they die, we want to preserve their body. That's how the mummification came. And that was everywhere. As soon as we say mummies, we think of Egypt. But in Europe also mummification was there. In Asia also mummification was there. So preserving something for a long time, because we want to preserve our body. We want to live longer. So this desire is there in the mind of human being. But that which has taken birth will die one day. That which came into existence will be extinct one day. We may say, such a huge ocean is there. Do you think ocean will dry up one day? Huge mountains like Himalayas, Alps and all that. Do you think that also will disintegrate one day? Surely it will. When they dig mountains, they find the fossils of aquatic animals. How the ocean went to the mountain? Process could be slow. We may survive for 100 years, the mountain can survive for 1,000,000 years, could be. But that which has taken birth, that is a common observation by these wise people. It doesn't matter whether mountain remains or not. It matters that I want to remain longer. It doesn't matter whether ocean will dry up or not. It's important whether you will survive or not. Whatever great you are great in a positive way or a negative way. Whether you are a king or a monk, physical body has a limitation and it will not survive that long. So here it is said, Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuhu. The other part which many religions at this point of time is not there in their philosophy according to them. Even if it is there, it is not understood as Asian religions or the Eastern religions understand. Is that dhruvam janma mritasya cha. One who dies will take birth again. This concept of reincarnation is not in all the religions. But if it is true, if a Hindu has to take birth, why others should not take birth? So there is no argument for this, whether Christians and Muslims will take birth or not, whether Hindus and Buddhists, it is their misconception that they will take birth again. Both the side arguments are there. It's not important for us. The Eastern religions, the Hindu religion, Buddhism, Sikhism, Jainism, statements are there in other religions also, but they are not interpreted like that. That's why you will find when a Hindu reads Bible, he takes out different meaning. When a Buddhist will read Quran, he will take out another meaning. So it's okay. So here he says, Dhruvam janma mritasya cha. Those who are dead will be born again. If you are interested. Now also I am interested, but the curiosity has reduced in a way because we are born in Hindu religion which believes in karma and reincarnation, so we do not want to be reconvinced that reincarnation is there. But more and more studies are being taken up objectively, not because it is in the scriptures. Objectively, I mean, if somebody says that he or she remembers past life, so they verify how the child is telling this. So I was searching for this kind of, if there are departments in the university, in American all the universities they have this department which studies the evidences of past life. There are some universities, there are some professors who are very much interested in that. So I stumbled upon one website where there are lectures of the professors who have encountered such cases. In America, in Pennsylvania University, they have accumulated 2,500 cases in 20 years. And all the 2,500s are local cases. They are not from India or Asian countries. So the professor goes to the child or the person who remembers past life, mostly it is children, and goes and verifies the truth. So he gave a lecture about it, which I heard on YouTube. So the student asked that, you are American, of course you are not Hindu or a Buddhist. Are you convinced that there is reincarnation of the soul? So I say, you see, from conviction point of view, my belief system is not ready to accept. In that way you can say that I am not convinced even after seeing 2,500 cases. Because 2,500 is a very small number. 250,000 or 25 million or 250 million people are there who do not remember the past life. So he said, I am not convinced. But one thing I am convinced. This need not be the only life. Otherwise, many things logically we cannot accept. Anyway, that's a different topic. So, this Asian or the Eastern religions believe that Dhruvam Janmamritasya cha, one who dies will take the next birth. For your understanding, most of you have one idea about karma and reincarnation, but our education, which goes against sometimes the belief system, difficult to say whether past life exists or not. I don't know, any of you remember your past life? I don't remember. Then how to believe, which I don't see, which I don't experience? How to accept those things? Just because the book says? Just because few people remember their past life? So you want a logical answer to that. But the curiosity or the questioning mind, a rational mind, unbiased mind, has to be ready for this answer or the other. You must be ready to find out. If you find that yes, past life is there, you should accept it. If you find that I believe in past life, but there is nothing called past life, so you don't believe it. You accept either of the truth. Many times in the modern world, not from religious point of view, but otherwise also they say, live this life fully. This is the only life you have. If this is the only life, why the strongest of us do not rob others? Why the strongest of us do not kill others and take away others' money and things, etc.? And why no country believes in that? Why each country's constitution and penal code says that even if you are stronger, you have no right to take away things from the weaker people. If this is the only life, we should utilize this life maximum, enjoy it maximum. By hook and crook we should do it, but no. Nobody believes that. What is the basis of your morality? Why do you think there is one behavior which is not good behavior, which is punishable behavior? Why do you say so? Because human life has certain goal to reach, otherwise why you should practice truth? Why truth and lie both doesn't have the same value? Why there should be morality at all? Why you should be moral? What you will get because of becoming moral? Those who are immoral, apparently they may enjoy more. If they are not truthful, apparently seems to be earning more. But still, truthfulness has its value. Morality has its value. If morality is not at the basis of spirituality, or spirituality is not the cause for your practicing morality, why everybody practices the same, whole world? Nobody in this world, tell me one country who believes stealing is good, killing is good, take away the things from others. No, everywhere there is a rule. Everywhere truth is upheld. Other day I was thinking that every country make movies, cinema. Show me one country, show me one movie in any country where the negativity wins at the end. A truthful hero in 3 hours movie, 2 hours and 55 minutes he may suffer, but eventually he will win. Every country, every movie. Why nowhere negativity is winning? Who says there is no law, there is no rule that you should not make a movie where a villain should win everything? No. That which is a villain, that which is negative character has to come to an end. Who decides that? Because that is in your, every human heart says this. Truth may suffer, but truth will win one day. In India, in our national symbol, there is a sentence called Satyameva Jayate. The truth will eventually triumph. That truth is about the absolute truth. The relative truths suffer or may not get the justice. But ultimate truth always triumphs. So whichever religion you belong to, whichever nationality you belong to, why what is the word for it? That why this notion is there in everybody's mind that truth should win. That which is justified has to be justified. Weaker people suffer everywhere. But if they are in the side of truth, they will win. All your epics and stories, and it shows the same. Those who have read or heard or seen in the serials and TVs and all that, the Mahabharata story, 100 brothers and 5 brothers. The 100 brothers got defeated. There were many of them whom these 5 brothers in no way were superior to them. Bhima was not able to kill Duryodhana anyway. Arjuna was not capable to kill Karna. But still they won at the end. Why? Because Krishna was in their side. And Krishna says, I will take the side of truth. I will take side of the justice. And great people, saintly people, invincible people were in the other side. Drona was invincible, Bhishma was invincible, Kripacharya was invincible, Ashwatthama was invincible. But still, they lost. So this spontaneous inherent notion in our mind, in every human being's mind, irrespective of race or religion or country, nationality, we all believe this. That which is truth has to win. Because of power, it may happen that you can defeat a person. It may happen that you prolong the falsehood. But a time comes when the truth has to surface, and that is the beauty of truth, that it will win. Swami Vivekananda says in one place, if somebody dies and you say no, one day he will wake up, and you cover the dead body with flowers, any amount of flowers you put, the body will decompose, then bad smell will start coming within few hours. Any amount of flower you put it cannot hide the truth that the person is dead. So idea is this, that truth has value in every culture, in every religion, in every country. So one who is born will die, one who is dead will born again. This process is logical in our mind because maybe we are born with those ideas, so we do feel that this is the truth. But if it is not so, really this is the only life, there was no past life, there won't be any future birth. One thing is true, that we all are born, that's why we are here. Why somebody is born with complete healthy body, lives life throughout healthy, as they say, born with a silver spoon in mouth, and why the other person is born crippled, suffers throughout the life, poverty, disease and all that, if this is the only life? How do you say that these two people are born, one enjoys throughout the life, one suffers throughout the life? That means God should be partial. It is the whims and fancy of God that one should suffer and one should enjoy. But no religion believes God to be like that. The only reason or the only logic which can be applied to is this, that he must have done something that he suffers, that he would have done something which keeps him healthy. Then the theory of karma came. If you take sugar and if I take chili, why my mouth should burn and why your mouth should be sweetened? It should have the same effect. But how it can be same? Karma is different. He took sugar, you took chili. Yes, that means there is a karma which begets suffering, and there is karma which begets happiness. Many times when discussion is different and debate is different, and debate is not always to defeat each other. Debate is to churn out the wisdom from the discussion. It is not that one person is right and one person is wrong. It is to churn out the wisdom and to get whichever thing is acceptable logically. And this, a person who is born dies, and the person who dies will be born again. In Bhagavad Gita it is said this is apariharya, this is unavoidable. Until you reach the goal, for what we take birth? Is there anything in this, in our life, which we do, but we don't have any purpose to do it? We just do it. Why do not I just want to do it? There is a purpose. There is nothing which doesn't have purpose. We have a Sanskrit a line is there which says that prayojanam anuddishya mandopi na pravartate. Without a purpose, even the lunatic man will not do anything. Even the idiot will not do anything. You do something because there is a purpose, there is a cause, there is a reason. That's why you do it. We are here, we are in this world, we are born in this world. In a way we wanted to be born because we have desires to fulfill. That's what Lord Buddha also said. You will be free from this transmigration, you will be free from this cycle of birth and death once you will be free from desires. What is the desire? I want this or I do not want this. There are only two types of desire. There is something which I want, and because I want, I work hard to get that. Or something I do not want, and that comes to me. So to avoid that, I do hard work, so that I don't get affected by that. You take medicine because you want to protect your body. You wear mask because you want to protect yourself. Because you do not want virus to come in. That is one desire. Then you want to achieve something. You want to achieve good health, so you take medication. You take supplements. You take food. So there are only two types of desire. I want this and I do not want this. Who in this world suffers most? A person with strong likings and strong dislikes. If you have a strong liking, I will definitely do it. Without this, I will not live. Looks good, but he has to put a lot of effort and suffer a lot. And a hatred for few, that I do not want this. So you will work hard to eliminate that. Those who are at the center, as close as possible to the center, that he is not looking for something, neither he wants to avoid something. Of course, negativity who wants? So you take care of that. But to be free from hatred and to be free from attachment, to be free from strong desire and to be free from strong hatred is what is discussed here. We have to live with common sense. We have the sense of which is good, which is not good. That which is good you appreciate, that which is not good you take care of yourself and be free from that. But hatred is altogether different. So to be free from hatred, to be free from strong desire is, if you find, is the essence of all the religions in their own way, because that begets a lot of suffering. So here says that this is apariharya, this is unavoidable. Whomsoever you are, if you have desire, you to come back. What do you mean by come back? A soul doesn't have gross body to enjoy gross things. If you have a desire to enjoy something gross, you must have an instrument that is equally gross. If I want to eat, I must have a mouth, I must have a body. If I want the smell, I must have a proper nostrils to have the smell. As your desire is, that kind of instrument you have. That's why we all are different, because your set of desires and my set of desires are different. But there are many things in common, so we have many things in common also. Our desires are quite common. Maybe you like some kind of food, I like another kind of food, so we all have the same mouth. But our liking, disliking is there. Some may like Indian food, some may like Chinese food, some may like Malay food, some may like Western food. That could be different. So as the set of desires you have, that kind of body you get. Let's say, commonly we say, I give you 3 different vessels, 3 different objects. One is a glass, one is a bucket, and one is a plate. One person has a desire to drink water. Which instrument he or she will pick up? Definitely glass. But you can drink water with the plate also. You can drink water with the bucket also. But still you pick up glass. Why? That is the best instrument to satisfy that desire. You want to eat food, you want to eat your lunch. You can put your rice in the bucket also. You can put rice in the glass also. But you prefer a plate. Because plate is the best instrument to satisfy that desire, which is called eating rice. He wants to take bath. He can take a glass and take bath. He can take water in the plate also, can pour on his head. But he takes a bucket. Because his desire is such that bucket is an appropriate instrument to satisfy that desire. This is the logic. So the set of desires which you have, accordingly you get this body, permutation and combination. If all of us go to a food court and we say, okay, prepare your plate and come and let us sit on the same table. Everybody's plate will be different. Combination of food will be different. Why? Because your desire is different. Some can take vegetarian, some can take non-vegetarian, some take more rice, some say no, I will take little noodles, some say no carbo at all, I will take only vegetables, some say no, only protein, I will take only this. It is the same food, but varieties are plenty. So all our plates, if picture is taken, all plates are different. Something common will be there in few people, it's okay. That's why we all are, something common is there, we are all human beings. But our set of desires are different, so our body is different. This professor's lecture which I was hearing, he is American. So the children who has this memories of their past birth, as they say, again the memories of this birth slowly overpowers that mind. So they have found that the past birth memory is within 4 to 6 years. After that slowly it gets fed up. Some people remember, but some do not. Nothing wrong about it. Think of your memory. How many of us remember when you were 1 year old or 2 years old? None of us maybe. Does it mean that we were never 2 years old? We all were 1 month and 2 months old once upon a time. We don't remember that. Does it mean that we were not 2 months old? All of us stayed in the mother's womb for 9 to 10 months. We don't remember. Does it mean that we were not in the womb of mother? Just because you don't remember doesn't mean you were not there. I'm not arguing to prove that there is past birth. No. I'm trying to convince myself that logically what can be applied for. What kind of selection is there, where I should be born, where you should be born, we do not know. Whether it's a random selection or whether it is by accident it happens, we do not know. But he says that 2,500 cases, only one child told that I selected my parents. Only one child told. But it is very difficult to expect from a 4 years old to give so much details about his past birth. He remembers itself is a big thing. If he remembers and if that is true. I have also seen people, those who seem to have remembrance of their past birth. I remember a family, Malaysian. The daughter says to mother, I am staying with you, but I am not your daughter. She says, I gave you birth, I know you are my daughter. No, my parents stay in Bombay and we have a big house. So when I met them, the girls were about 8 years old. So I said, why don't you go to Bombay and find out? He said, no, Swamiji, enough. We don't say it is true or not, but this kind of thinking is there. And there are thousands of examples. Once or twice I have told, if you are interested, there was a very famous case. The lady is still alive, if I am not mistaken. She is still alive somewhere in America. She had a very, very distinct memory of her past life, even when she was in her 30s and 40s. And she says, this is not my memory. I practically live these two lives. So, of course, resistance has to be put to accept the truth. So they say, no, this is dual personality, amuk tumuk, so many things they told. But anyway, she narrated what she was in her past birth. Her husband did not entertain that kind of thoughts. But the son told that if your mother has such a strong feeling, now the word is, we have so many things by which we can find out. So this lady had drawn some pictures. My house was here, what crossroad was nearby, there was a church, this and that and all that. So he put that and went on searching for that in the Google map. These are the recent incidents. And they found that similar crossroad, etc., is somewhere in Ireland. The son goes with mother to Ireland, and her previous birth's memory, she founds all her children who were much elder to her age, and then in Hollywood they made a movie out of it. If you are interested, you can watch that movie, very clean movie about past life. It's called Yesterday's Children. And that lady's interview is there, the real lady who remembers the past life. So they say that how to disbelieve, sitting somewhere in one country, you remember your life in past life in other, and there are many aspects of our life. Our problem is that we see this and we say there is nothing else exists than this. Even the greatest of the psychologists and psychiatrists, even Westerns have told, there is a huge existence between what you see and what it is. We have no access to that. We have access to this, and that scientifically also they have told. We see this world If this color is black, it should be black for everybody, correct? If this color is orange, it should be orange for everybody. Think of a person who is color blind. For him it will be little blackish or grey or something. If all our five senses are working in the same way, then you see this world the same way. As soon as you have one sense weaker or absence of one sense, your universe is different. Think of a person who is born blind. Do you think any color exists for him? No. There is a particular disease, which technical term I do not know, I can find out from Google. The disease is absence of feeling, absence of touch. We all can feel the hot, the cold, the pinching or whatever, softness, hardness, we feel. That sensory system is absence in those people. There are hardly 25 to 30 individuals in the whole world who are living natural life, but there is no sense of touch in their body. You know what could be the result because of that? That child, I have seen long before this documentary. That small girl is putting her finger inside the eyes and it bleeds. She doesn't have pain. She doesn't have sense that she cannot go across this wall. You and me have a sense. You go and touch, oh, here I cannot pass through. She doesn't have that. She doesn't have that touch at all. So how much touch is important? Her world is totally different. A blind man's world is totally different. Swami Vivekananda says in one place, if there are two pieces of iron, steel, one is a normal iron and one is a magnet. Same shape, same size, same weight. There is no way for us to understand which is a magnet. Even if you touch it, taste it, smell it, no. Our five senses are unable to detect this, whether the iron is magnet or not. Think that a person is there, I do not know if anybody is there, who has a sixth, not sixth sense as a common sense, but who has one more sense to find the magnetic field. His world will be totally different. So this world which we are seeing is what we see with our five senses. Little less or little more, the world changes. We'll take next time. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.